My name's Mark Charlton, I'm an artist and I live and work in Shoreham-by-Sea, which is on the south coast just outside of Brighton. So we're in my studio today and I work in a garage which is just down the road from my house. It's a really quiet space, so I choose to work from here. I do all my main artwork in this space. My artwork can be very messy, quite physical at times, so I need a space which allows for that, and this is a perfect space for it. My artwork, I like to think, sort of evokes human emotion. Although it's abstract artwork, I am an abstract artist, I like to think that it kind of holds human emotions like memory and loss. I also like to present it like it's been like a found object, an archaeological object, something that's been found and discovered, but it's had a life of its own. So a lot of my work looks almost like statues, sort of big minimalistic or objects, but I want people to think what that object might have been once, what it's achieved in its life and what it's lost. And I want people just to almost stand in front of my artwork and think of their lives and think of memories they've had. And it's sort of the artwork I like to think would echo back to them. I've lots of inspirations. One of the main inspirations is nature and the natural world. I'm quite lucky where I live. I have the coast on one side of me and then the South Downs on the other side. I think nature is probably one of the biggest influences on me, although my artwork doesn't represent nature. I think it informs me as a person and it makes me feel the emotions I feel and to work as an artist. I have other inspirations as well, such as science and the cosmos and space, and I like to think of things how we are all made of the same things, all the planets and stars, we're all from the same things. I like to think there's an element of that goes into my work. I like to think that my inspirations from other artists, I look at different paintings and minimalist paintings, maybe some brutalistic sort of paintings and architecture. And that sort of informs the shapes and colours I use. I want to get an historical edge to it, that it has been found and it has been sort of given a second life, and like an old sign or something like that. So I use in my artwork lots of distressing and layers which bring out all these really beautiful little details. I use lots of distressed paper that I find and distress myself, and I leave paper for years at a time, just go in different colours and stuff, which I then use. It just adds to the overall warmth of the pieces. I do have a very minimal colour palette, and a lot of the time I will just work in black and white. And it takes me a while, if I was to use a colour, to actually find the colour that I really want to use, and a lot of the time it would be mixing it, because it has to be just right for that piece. My latest work is made with collage papers, and the papers I actually paint myself, layer them and then wear into the final pieces. So I'll start off with quite a neutral base, which will be the background, and then the shape on top. I never design the shape first. I'll always start off mainly with like a circle or a shape like that, cut up, and then I will work around that shape until I find the form I like. I never like to really design shapes beforehand, because to me it's about the process of actually making the piece while I'm actually doing it and not having a preconceived idea. The Atom series has been an ongoing work for the last couple of years now. It's been a really lovely process to make this series of work. I guess it's about literally what it says about atoms and how atoms make everything. So the pieces again are very minimal. I cut into the Atom series, so they start off as shapes, but then I cut into small segments of them to build the actual main shape up, and it's supposed to represent growth in life and over time, so these small parts become a bigger whole. I like to think of the atoms as sort of a soothing thing for me, and when I make them, they're quite calming for me to make. I enjoy making each of the shapes and figuring out the colour for the shape. Tom Cox Gallery is based in Crystal Palace, which is a really lovely area just on the outskirts of central London. I've been really lucky to have been working with Tom at Tom Cox Gallery for a few years now. He's been really influential in what I do and what I make as an artist, and his encouragement has just been second to none for me, really.